Items you love at
This
members
one
only
gets
prices.
a bit goofy.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is better human than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Whoa. Crazy. And look, there's
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh. Cool. Can we go up into the death portal here? Oh, we cannot. That's interesting. Yeah, but yeah, people who tell you about perfection, being perfect, that they could teach you how to be perfect, they're just covering up for their own flaws and their own what am I trying to say? Not just their flaws, but their imperfections, their weaknesses, things that they fear. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? You can't pick 2 and 3, can you? Oh, you can. I still love you. It's just that I make you feel cold in the inside. Oh, so you can pick the other grayed out ones, but if you pick all the yellow ones, those are the ones that you're just like you're covering for yourself. Drinking is not hurting my life. I'm just gonna choose some of these gray ones. Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. What if I'm not a good teacher? It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Coming out on stage. Whoa! Whoa. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. Woo! Lights. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you will start out leaning against this wall. Okay? Good. Stay right there. The woman across the room, in this chair, is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Where is the bathroom? What are you doing? You're deflecting. You're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Do it again. Alright. I'm super scared right now. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce between you when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Okay, now the choices become more like... Maybe this is an allegory for society. Like, we're doing our thing, but we're being pushed into becoming molded into another person, the person that came before us. And we're just trained to be carbon copies. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I'm going to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Oh. Do you want us to keep going? Oh, this way, maybe? Oh. Whoa. Trapped. Okay, maybe keep going then. Does it all turn off? Okay, yes. Now this is working. This is what I was like.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting himself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
To me,
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
To me, it felt like he was making a message. Mobius strip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. I don't know that I'm actually going to do that. Okay. Well, obviously I can see. Can you guys see? These guys are blind. It was a giant door and then my vision went black. What's going on? This door is opening up to us.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Truth. The only way to stop it is to break something that is honest. The only way to stop is to... speak something that is honest. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then, even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Yeah, at first I thought the other level, the other game, was him just saying, "Oh, you, the only way to succeed for real and make things good for everyone is not to copy, not to mold yourself into other people, but to become yourself, to walk away from people pressuring you and pushing you to be exactly like other people." But no, I guess he really was retreating because, I mean, with a game like this, it seems like, yeah, he's trying to get away, and he's trying to tell himself, like, there's nothing else, nothing anymore. Keep going, keep talking. I can't figure out how to say the thing. I thought this was going to be easy. You're doing it. It's working. I'm stuck in it. We're going to be okay. He's consoling himself with his conversation.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out.
Aw, geez.
After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
And he never releases these things, right? So he's not making money off of them. So he's doing these in his spare time. Hello? Where did this island come from? Whoa. Where did this one come from? Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I'm completely out of ideas. Yeah, it's the same island over and over again. Oh no! What's happened? Did something changed? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. Oh, it's pretty rough when the thing that you were using to make yourself feel better becomes the thing that makes you feel worse. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stopped. It's getting a bit more intricate now.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
That's a good question. I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult maze. If you can help me solve the puzzle, we'll find the machine. Deal? I guess deal. Deal or no deal? Perfect. Come along, I'll show it to you.
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Yeah, he uses this puzzle all the time.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't.
You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
So this is the machine? Yeah, there's someone crying in the background. Yeah, if people could talk themselves out of depression. Excuse me. I had to mute myself for coughing. But you can't talk yourself out of depression or loneliness or anxiety or fear. You need people. There's no machine here. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay, sure. Making games is simple. And it's tearing down this wall. Why did I feel so awful when I said that? Don't worry, just keep talking. So he's trying to tell himself, kind of like trying to convince himself that like everything is fine. You have to open the door. Yes, that was the floating colored blocks. Hey, it's me, I'm
this game
you.
at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Yeah, it feels like it's just
Someone
hurting
I really
yourself.
cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
So he's telling himself to continue. Maybe he's got, I don't know. Is he saying something to us? To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. Sorry.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
It's the prison puzzle.
But it
Whoa.
didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
I mean, these feel like less games and more cries for help. The machine.